What? You want to see a little check? These cameras here find differences in temperature. So if we do the following, we think the Yankee is on the picture. This for an example. Few seconds here. Same wall. It's straight looked. Beautiful, eh? It's for the stunning picking up the surface temperature that my hand is just through the wall. What this translates to with termites or anything for that matter is that when the surface temperature is different to what the camera's picking out, it's a little melody. It will show up on the camera. Now, heat shows up as well as an orangey sort of red, even the setting I've put it on now. Moisture will show up as a difference. It shows up as a dark blue. Now, I have sprayed here recently. I wonder if there's still some able to be seen here. Buff blue there. Some of my spray from earlier on was around the base plates. Still has not hit dried. But I'll give you a really cool example. You can check it out a little bit further. What we'll do here, and create it with the moisture. Cute little gods here first. Man, we'll just. Now we'll find those few dots right there then. How powerful this is. You see it on the camera? Blue. I will speak to you. It's the little water droplet above August. Yeah, you have a little bit close off. A little more like that. Got there. Grab on that. You can see. Might need to let it right out here. So, play it right at that infection. A little closer. That's where the water is. Tools. So now, inside of Rue, when the acorn is dripping, just a tiny little bit will show off on these amazing mode of cameras. And most of the time, the camera looks a bit bleak. It doesn't show much. Until we find something like we did before. And some of you might be asking, wait, that's a big red glow right there. Actually, the speakers, so they are both the speakers on the other side. Where's that one option? This one here is turned on, so it's showing here some electricity source, sending the cow unit on top of it. Now we possibly will see any termites in roughly. So anything that's still turned on will have a heat source like the phone. You see heat source there. Interesting thing too is if we put our little red dot right in the center of that heat, now it will tell us exactly what the heat is in here. So I'm talking in the top right-hand corner of the camera, it's 31.2. Outside of it, we're going to go down 29, surface temperature, 28. It's a pretty warm day in here and it's standing, so don't be worried about getting that bit of heat. An interesting thing is when we're looking at computers or anything with this camera, we see the difference in heat source, sleeping over the heating, or the heating, or anything really. So, driven neat for termites. Now, never before we showed you that heat transfer in the wall. We'll do it again just as a quick guess. This is our wall. That reminds me of nothing because it's low and heat glance. Well, look to best. Trust me, hammed on it again. Going out there, might come back out. Heat. So all this is doing is showing a surface temperature difference. What that translates into with timber in the roll, or the timber stud or framework, we can see with timber inside the. It's because the timber is creating a difference in temperature, possibly a cooler difference in temperature than what the surface of the prokies. It's really, really cool because the termites, if they were there, would be using those timber to move through the walls. And there's enough of them there, we can see that difference in temperature or something fattening to the timber, and we can look a bit further. It's not the deal and end all of this system, but it's a very good indicator of something to look at a bit further within the wall. And you see here, but the orange dot, they've got a sensory alarm system here, if you can see. Could be called a big health. And you'd always look at something on a camera and see what did that possibly be that's normal. They're looking at those types of things as well. Trying to identify what is and what isn't, what shouldn't be there. And they say this one here is interesting because the rest of them all does not look like the top bit here of the arch that's coming down. I think I know what that is, but I have to take a bit more of a look because it could also be moisture. Always thinking of things that we need to take a bit more of a look at. Well, this place has had a bit of turmoil. Damage in the past. I left me, show you over. And here. There's some limitations of a camera. We're not seeing through our cover. It's only actually still right the way through it. It's surface temperature. That's what we're trying to get the surface into. They're not an X-ray machine. It's not some magical device. It just assists us and helps us look a bit further if we see something in there that it doesn't look right. Another tool in the toolbox. A couple more limitations to this device. Well, the people don't know this. But this one's with a bar strand. As long as you but this camera here, it's front tiles or reflective surface. When it's over the ceiling curve, all it will do is give a reflection of the heat coming off my own body, or whether just in front of that on the surface. So right now we can't see anything behind this wall. So what we need to do is go on the other side of the wall where it is not from the curve. We look from that Then use no other tools of the trade and inspecting methods to inspect this graph. A very, very cool device. Get a cool, oops, cool too. Big thing here. Brand I use is Hickmark or which will yeah. The reason I use this brand is for the pricing of it. It's cost effective for what we use it for. The other models out there are upwards of 20, 30,000, whereas this is an cool 1,000. We are at the lower end, but not the cheapest in the world still. But very needed for our industry. Personally, I wouldn't have an inspection from anyone without this device. You be the judge. You're paying for an expert. How can they do their job without the right tools? We will be back through this place again with this device. I just wound up a quick show you like the freak out mosquitoes with it, and why we use this particular brand and this model. The other thing is the apple. People now say that I hear it all. You just tapping away with the stick. I could do so much with it. Well, two things. When I'm using this stick, I'm using a torch normally, and it forces me to look at the area in great detail rather than just tapping around. The torch is extremely important, and you could see quite a lot of what I call a difference in timber. So you start at one end and looks different somewhere along the line, you look a bit closer. The other thing is that when this tapper strikes a bit of timber that's a bit soft or sounds different to what the other side of the timber is, that's what I feel looking for. And the camera's good, but this stick, if you can tap every timber in the house, they're feeling very comfortable. You just can't get through everything, but as you can see here, I bench top with a no one minds board behind that. We won't be able to get to the timber behind that. So it's the part that gets missed. A little bit scary in this particular place, whereas we got a kitchen sitting on the inside here at what I would call ground level. Let's have a quick look on the outside. Yes. Think how ground level changes? It's a very tight, so the outside is higher than the inside, and the inside, people high risk area with 2 kitchenette sinks, with 2 water sources. So the termites can come on the inside of this timber, or they can still come from the outside through the brickwork and blockwork. We won't be able to see it from the outside. We can only do what we can from the inside, looking in the cupboard, using the kernel camera, and we'll have to meet some movement sensors as well. Even this particular cupboard is really tricky. Now we can't actually get to the back corner at all. There's no access to it. So when your inspector inspects them, that they haven't been able to see certain areas, but we have to let you know, because you're expecting us to see everything, and when we can't, we need to inform you so you're aware of what we couldn't see and what areas we couldn't get into. So possibly next time you should allow us access into the dairy. You could make some access. You could do a lot of things to help us out, and how will you know without us telling you? That's a bit about me today. We've got done for the day. We'll keep going and do our inspection for the rest of the